Last session, the party found themselves in the city of Kalos, meeting with their individual that hired them to protect them on this expedition towards the fallen sky city of Midas. You met with Alan Dunnett. Traveling with him in his rented out carriage, you crossed a majority of the continent on foot and had a very peaceful, enjoyable ride over the course of a few days. You ended up spending the day in Yarlwick before you all began to venture on foot into the mountains themselves. There, a few of you met an interesting shopkeeper known as Izor, who was very disturbing in their presentation and left you questioning whether they were truly a living person or a dead person. But with some new items in tow, you all traveled on foot into the Ordening Mountains. Over the course of your journeys, you did encounter infected Behirs. Through some quick combat and some quick thinking, you were able to save a dragon that the Behirs had been attacking and saved it from turning into the very infected forms of the Behirs themselves. You were given a parting silver coin for thanks and continued on your journey, heading deeper and deeper into the mountains themselves. You began to talk with Alan, at least a few of you, as he let it know that he would be willing to discuss, the history of the Sky Cities, and seems very knowledgeable. So if you ever wanted to speak to him and ask him questions, he is available to do so. He is a lore master and seems to enjoy telling people about the lore. Eventually, after a few days, you all found yourselves camping one last night before reaching the city of Midas. And in the morning, Alan took you to the ridgeline to show you the city. And what you saw was a collapsed and fallen sky city. The mountains to the west partially have sheared snow peaks, where the mountain presumably slammed into the top of those peaks as it cut its way across the valley during its descent. The city itself landed on an angle, and currently there is a slight incline of the city itself where the western side of the city is currently raised approximately 40 feet or so, as the whole city has been put on a slight slant, as the other section dug deep into the earth, shattering presumably most of the city against the northern mountain face and the solid valley below. In the far off distance to the right side of the city, from where you can see, essentially on the east, there is what seems to be a semblance of what looks to be small series of fortifications, smoke rising off in the distance. This seems to be the individuals that you saw when you first flew over, who had been, doing their own excavations of the city in their own ways. And they are at the top of the ridgeline, overlooking this beautiful, beautiful city, which is right here, if you want to take a look at the map. Little quick thing I whipped up to just give you a sense of what you would be looking at. Oh, let me do some finagling. There we go. So currently, all of you are sitting on this little ridgeline. Let me get the marking token. So all of you would be sitting on this small, relatively small little ridgeline right here. As you looked off and saw the magnificent city. Alan pointed to the building that he wished to investigate, a place where he didn't expect them to have made it to yet. And he pointed to a tall tower with a almost like bump in the center of it as it then peaked upwards. And it is most definitely the largest structure. It has received some damage, as with most of the city, but the fact that the tall tower still stands is quite surprising to all of you. And as you all were looking at this beautiful sight, a few of you with high enough perceptions noted a slight shaking under your feet as a sonic boom slammed into the side of the mountain. All of you essentially began to plummet as the mountain became a slide, taking you all down with it. A few of you were able to catch yourselves early on, but Belric and Gamesh tumbled down 40 feet down the mountain until Ganesh, with some expert quick reflexes, used animate objects to pull a boulder that was falling along with them in front of them, both of them slamming into the edge of the boulder. In the last moments of the last session, you all heard as Alan was saved, luckily by Senti, Alan began speaking aloud that he was in astonishment that they would be blasting their way further into the city. And that's where we left off last session. So as we begin, you just see Alan in fury and rage just staring down at the city as you all just feel like a shockwave just slam into you, and a few moments later you hear a large explosion sound and see smoke rising off of the eastern side of the city. Luckily, no one else tumbles, as you all are now aware of this phenomenon, it being the first explosion of the morning. But seemingly, it is fairly regular. Every minute or so, there is a loud explosion that detonates from the eastern side of the city as you look down into the valley below. So, what are you all doing? Do you want to say anything or do anything? Now is the time. As currently, Belric and Gamesh are 40 feet down from the rest of you.
Okay, I have a question. We need to get down to them, right?
Currently, most likely.
Okay. That helps with what I might do.
Can I just start climbing down?
Yeah, easy enough for Faraday. You begin to descend, and you see Alan kind of like shakes himself back into the present moment. Yeah, you see he begins to try and descend himself slowly but assuredly.
I'll put Mabehi on my back so that she doesn't like fall and die.
Okay.
Just in case. I mean, she's great at acrobatics, but you never know.
They're like 40 feet away, right?
Currently, yeah, they're 40 feet down the mountain.
Yeah, but if you fuck up, you could go further.
Oh, I won't fuck up. Does anyone want to come with me? I can take one more person.
I love the confidence. Sierra's great.
It's teleportation. It's my thing.
Don't even worry about it.
Alan will raise his hand. He goes, I'll take whatever you are offering. I don't trust myself on these cliffs.
Yeah, so I can dimension door 2 of us down there and then cast flight on someone else. So I can get a total of 2 people, excluding myself, down the mountain. So does anyone want to teleport with me? And who wants to fly? I know Alan will be one of them. I assume Alan wants to teleport. I don't think Alan wants to fly.
Me and Mabehi should be good, so that would just leave Senti and Belric and Gamesh.
Well, Gamesh is down there.
Only 40 feet. This is, you know...
We still have a whole mountain, though.
Yeah, this is... Right. Yeah, the thing is, this is not a small mountain. You're probably up a good...
well, I just meant solving the problem of getting to our party members. I can't handle the mountain.
Yeah. I will say, With the knowledge that there is an explosion that occurs fairly regularly, explosions that happen, fairly regularly within this range, climbing down here is not going to be a simple task.
God, if only I had
You are,
teleport.
you are aware of the explosions, and you know there will be a series of checks for every 100 feet you climb, which is there's 800 feet you have to climb. For every 100 feet you climb, there will be a essentially a climbing check to see if you fall any of that 100 feet, or potentially further, depending on how it goes. This is a difficult situation. So, however you want.
Question.
Yes.
Have we had a long rest since I was last here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You just
Well,
finished a long rest, and then, you know, basically the first thing that happened in the morning was you all like packed up, and Alan was like, "Hey, come check out the city from this
Fell.
nice cliffside," and then
God damn it, Alan.
then distant explosion rocks the entire valley.
Okay. I can dimension door 3 times.
3 times would be enough to get you and one other person down the mountain. You would actually only need 2.
Yeah.
So.
And then I could have cast flight on someone else, and that would give them 60 feet flying speed for 10 minutes. I don't know how much that would be worth.
I mean, for 10 minutes, that would get you down.
Okay, so I can get a total of 3 people, including myself, down the mountain.
Yeah.
Never mind, I can handle a mountain. But most of us are going to be fucked.
Yeah, so it's...
So who wants to come with me?
Yeah, you could move 6,000 feet, technically, with fly. In 10 minutes, at least.
Yeah, that should be good, you think?
I think so.
Shapes do druids have? Like 80, right? I feel like it should be around that number.
What?
Like, how many uses of wild shape do they have?
2.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was very wrong. I was thinking it was like equal to your wisdom mod or something.
But it is 2 per short rest, though.
Yeah, but you still have to, rest.
I mean, could Senti wild shape into like a creature?
Currently, I believe Senti is already a
Oh,
bird. Yeah, Senti is currently. Yeah, Senti is currently a giant eagle. She actually saved Alan from continuing to fall.
Okay.
Yeah, so then Seer would only have to take 2 people, right? Instead of 3?
Well, no, so I can take myself and someone else through Dimension Door, and then I can cast Fly on another person. So I could only ever save 2 people other than myself.
Yeah, so I think if you took 2 and then Senti could carry someone down as a big bird, right? They're strong.
Could do so.
Okay, so who wants to fly?
I'll just have to meet you guys at the bottom of the mountain in like 30 minutes.
I would think so. Gamesh might be fine. Because he currently has his animated objects up, and I don't.
He can make like a little moving platform for himself,
bend
right?
his way
yeah,
down
he
the mountain.
How long does this
Earthbending.
last? Duration up to a minute. How fast do they move? That's a thing.
Just giant molds earthbend through an entire mountain.
I mean, in all honesty, the boulder that he used to stop him and Belric, he easily can just start standing on it and just start descending the mountain if he really needed to. Only for a minute, however, so he won't get far.
Just send himself into terminal velocity.
But he can
and
get
then come to an immediate stop at the bottom. It might kill him because of the G-forces, but it would be fast.
It would be. He can move 300 feet.
Everyone knows instant deceleration is good for your body.
So he can move a majority down the mountain. How many people can you cast fly on here?
Just one.
Just one?
Because I cast it through my Instrument of the Bards, not a spell slot.
So Senti's flying down, you're teleporting down. Gamesh, I will say, since he can pretty much almost do half, he might just use animate objects, and he should be able to, take himself. So that would leave Belric, because Mabehi is currently being carried by Faradir.
I thought I was also on the animate objects. I thought he at least did both of us on the one or like two different ones.
I mean, I think he did like a giant boulder to stop both of you, essentially. The only problem is it's not going to take you all the way, and he can technically cast it a couple more times, but he probably won't use his 6th level spells for that.
Trying to see if there's anything else I can do for y'all.
I mean, I guess you could cast fly on me, then I can hold one other person while flying.
Yeah, you can be Gamesh's backup once he reaches, 200 feet away from the bottom of the mountain, because he can only get close enough.
Okay, so I can cast. So Belric wants to fly. I'm taking. What's his name? Alan.
Alan.
It's Alan. What?
It's definitely Alan.
No, it's Olin.
Olin? Okay, I can take Olin with me in my dimension door.
Yeah. You have to use that twice, technically.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's definitely safer than climbing for either of us.
One of the kids in my class, his name was not Alan, but everyone called him Alan for the junior and senior year of high school.
I love that.
His real name was Noah, but his name was Alan. I think a lot of people didn't know that his real name was Noah.
It just became a rumor and then it just stuck.
I think everyone just started calling him Alan, like as soon as he transferred to our school. So then they were like, yeah, this is Alan.
Every time I hear the name Alan, I immediately think of Jurassic Park, when the guy is has a nightmare about the raptors, and you see the raptor turn to him and says Alan. It's a great moment. It's every time I hear that name, I just think of a velociraptor calling me Alan.
I love when velociraptors call me Alan.
So, problem, you're 40 feet away from me. I need you to be 5 feet away from me to cast fly.
Ooh. That is an issue, isn't it?
Maybe instead of going, I guess with the animate object, can we just go up instead and get as close as possible?
Yeah, Gamesh will do that. He'll move it to the 40 feet upwards, back to the top of the cliff, allow you to, have fly cast on yourself, and then begin his trek moving it downward. So, with everyone, somewhat accounted for, you all begin finding your own ways down the mountain. Um, you know, Seer and Alan are the first ones to make it to the bottom. Um, Probably followed by Senti.
Is Senti carrying anyone?
Currently, no. Senti is probably the one who can pick up Gamesh on his way down. Like as Gamesh reaches like close to the bottom, Senti can pick up the rest of it once the spell ends.
My question is, how fast can I climb down a mountain?
Well, with your gloves, I believe it is your speed.
Dope.
Because you don't have the half movement to climb. So honestly, you reach like you're basically in time with Gamesh.
+5 to any climbing related checks.
Yeah. So as you're like speed climbing down the mountain, a Behi just strapped onto your back. You look right off to your right side, and you just see Gamesh just like probably arms folded, just standing on a boulder as it's like flying its way down.
Weird flex, but okay.
I mean, everyone's ways down the mountain is kind of strange if you think about it. Like you just like watch as Belric is like flying past, just like, you know, full armor, just hovering through the air.
I'm doing some hardcore parkour.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the most impressive is the speed climbing. Like, imagine anyone else trying to go 30 feet down a sheer cliffside every 6 seconds. That's intense.
Faradir is built different.
Yeah, maybe doing some dashes every so often, beating Gamesh, going that 60 feet.
I bet he is having a great time. It's like a roller coaster.
Yeah. So since you are the only one technically climbing, just make me an athletics check, please.
All right, I'm
Just
good
to
at these.
yeah, just to see.
It's the second time I'm adding my climbing bonus to a check ever. Hell yeah. Ooh, that is a bad roll.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. Overall.
As far as I go, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. Overall, you are able to climb down successfully. You are caught off guard a few moments as, every so often you hear, you feel the shaking of the rock and stone around you, and you have to quickly sidestep pieces that are falling around you as basically the entirety of this valley, all the edges have turned into rock slides. Every time these, people blast open this, pieces of this city. But you successfully make it down with the rest of your party as you all find yourselves on a rocky valley floor. You hear the distant explosions off on the extra cliffside that most likely you're going to have to climb up to reach the city itself, as you are now in the valley. Alin, immediately upon getting, to the ground, kind of just like takes a moment to sit down and just like, begin to collect himself as everyone else makes their way down, since he was, the first one with Seer. And once you all arrive, he will say to you all, well, didn't expect the explosions, in all honesty. If we can, when we get into that city, I want to avoid these people as much as possible. As you can see, I'm assuming these are members of both city-states of Lavlin and Pascal. And we should be very careful. As you all hear another distant explosion. Yeah, I don't know if you've been able to tell, but that's not magical explosions. Um, I've heard of this technology before, but I've never seen its evidence like this. Um, I'm assuming that they have plenty more in reserves if they're this bold about using it to blow into it. I wanna, give me a sec. And you see, he starts opening up a book, and you see he pulls out like a slight map of the city, and begins looking through. Um, if any of you want to look at it over his shoulder, just say so. Otherwise, he just begins to flip through this book, doing some speed research through his notes. Okay. Make a perception check. Senti. As you kind of, as he's, sitting on the ground, just like opening up his books and stuff, you kind of take a peek at some of his notes. As a bird, I believe, a giant eagle. You have advantage on this, technically, because you have keen sight at the moment. That's an 11. You have advantage. 15. 15 is enough to, see different sections of the city, and you can see, specifically main sections that he's like kind of highlighted specifically. You see what seems to be a few temples that he has circled. There's a temple to Lathander, and a temple to, I believe, Tyr. That seem to be the main ones that are circled. You see the tower is like heavily circled. You see, slight notes along the side. Most likely, it would read Midas's research tower, stuff like that. You see some minor scribbles around some of these other minor towers. You see the area he kind of like looks to and points to almost on the north section of the city. You see slight scribbling, kind of hard to make out the words, but you see what looks to be Mizium Refinery kind of scrawled onto that page. Oh, fuck. They're most likely blasting themselves into the refineries up there. That could be very bad. I fear for Carlos. I don't know if they'll enjoy fighting a war with the city-states if they have those resources. Anyways, we'll stay away from them, stay away from the refinery region, and hope we don't come across any guards patrolling the city. There also can easily be creatures that have dwelled here, potentially giants, maybe other things. But we should get going. And he stands up, dusts himself off, and will begin to lead you all towards the cliffside. So, anything you all want to do or say as you all begin, for the next hour or so, approaching the cliffside of the city?
I guess I'll ask Olin that which spot should we go to? Which spot do you want to investigate first?
My destination is Midas's tower. I think it would hold the most wealth of knowledge and probably has what I'm looking for. I think from what we can tell, where the sounds smoke seems to be coming from. I think they're more interested in the refineries, personally. So we might have good luck. Sorry, I'm putting you through so much climbing, though. I didn't fully expect all of it.
That's all right. We're sort of used to doing weird stuff like climbing.
Well, better than me. So, anything else? Okay. Eventually, an hour passes by, and you reach the tall cliff sides where the city has, built itself and slammed itself into the earth at an angle. You see, ancient, ancient stone cracked in many spots as the mountain slammed itself into the very ground. Okay, this seems like a good spot. To climb up here. Hopefully it goes well. I'm not much of a climber, so we're about to see. So you have to climb 40 feet. Anyone doing anything for this climb, or?
I was helpful last time.
I can carry someone. I mean, technically I could carry anybody, but whoever thinks that they need help, I can
I honestly
carry until I climb over.
I think Senti is a bird. I think it's your level halved is how long you can stay in your animal form. A minimum of an hour. So I'm pretty sure Senti is, still a bird.
I used up most of what I could last time.
Yeah, I guess I could summon my griffin. That'll speed the process at least.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you totally wanted to, you could just start ferrying people up, make it easier so no one actually has to climb.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take the 10 minutes to summon my griffin.
Easy enough. Between both you and Senti, you wait the 10 minutes, but eventually you all start just, being flown up to the top. It's not too high of a climb, but the view is still pretty nice. Looking out over the valley, seeing the tall, distant mountains, and specifically the tall range of mountains that look shattered, as you can clearly see that the trajectory of the city when it slammed itself into the valley itself. It just gives you a sense of awe just in the size of the mountain itself. This is, they built this at the very base of the mountain when they flipped it over, but it's still a massive swath of land. So you all find yourselves easily at the top. You immediately see around you sections of ruined, fallen-in buildings, tall, almost like apartment complexes, large, denizen abodes, 3 stories tall, with shops underneath at all fronts. It is, probably was once a very beautiful city, probably very wealthy itself. Now, desolate, seemingly empty. Okay. We head to the tower. Probably want to take some of these main roads upwards, cut through some alleys if we can. But we're actually fairly close. Very, very fairly close. Let's get moving, I guess. So, do you all have a marching order you want to have? Use your tokens. You can discover a marching order from there. Also, here's Chad. I don't know where he went. And Alan. So, make a marching order, please.
I'll stay up at the front.
Yeah, I think I'll be right behind Faradir.
Okay. I'm gonna say Ganesh is. So Faradir, you said you're the front.
Yeah.
Okay, Ganesh is gonna be the back. Mabehi just in front of him. Alan is definitely gonna be in the center.
Oh, I'm gonna use second wind real quick just to get back a little bit of hit points.
Okay. And little Chad goes with Senti.
Ooh, baby, maxed out.
Okay,
I mean, not maxed on hit points, but maxed on what I could roll.
Let me just give Senti the ability to move Chad with her. By the way, thank you for these cool new tokens. They look very nice.
You're welcome.
I also I did a little change with our Lord and Savior. If you haven't noticed yet, either.
Oh, wow. I didn't mean to say that out loud. I'm sorry.
Chad.
Sir Chad.
Yes, excuse me, Sir Chad. Oh man, when it's expanded like that, you can see that I didn't bother fading out those edges on the sides.
It's fine.
But when it's small, you can't tell.
Nope. Now, there's a lot of things you can't tell when you know things are not zoomed in a lot. So, with your marching order, you begin moving through the city. Faradir, as the lead, how are you marching? Are you taking it stealthy? Are you, trying to lead everyone through the city as fast as you can? What type of routes are you taking?
I mean, what do you guys think? Are we trying to get there fast or without being seen?
I think without seeing, I think because Olin kind of warned us that we shouldn't be seen by anyone, so probably the stealthier approach.
Alright, we're gonna stealth.
Okay. So, with stealth from all of you, we can get this going. So, stealth checks, please. It's good first one from Gamesh. Ballard.
All our stakes lie in Mabehi.
Whew. That's a rough one from not bad. That's actually the lowest Mabehi can get. Or close to. Because auto turns to a 10. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So, you begin making your way through these busy streets. Sorry, these empty streets, I should say. You see, dozens and dozens of rows of broken buildings. Some, with some semblance of functionality. It seems the drier climate here has probably saved them, at least a little bit. But many seem to have just crumbled during the crash of the city itself. But you continue to move forward. Fairdeer, what's your passive perception?
It is 16.
Okay. As you're leading the pack, walking through these different alleyways and streets, you begin to hear what sounds like almost like echoing voices across some buildings. As you've descended into these like side alleyways and a jumble of homes to try to keep off the main roads, to try and stealth a little bit. It's hard to pick an exact direction where the voices are coming from, but you can tell that there are individuals near, and they're getting slightly closer. You begin to hear specifically what sounds like a human man's voice. I don't even know why we're out here. There's nothing over here to find. I'd much rather be guarding the fucking food stores. Shut it. Keep looking. We need to ensure the city's safe for all of us. What do you do?
Guys.
Fairdeer, you're leading the pack.
Do we wanna send someone out as a distraction?
Oh, actually, I have still my Griffin out, so I guess I can use him as a distraction.
That is a good idea.
We send the Griffin out. They won't notice the 7 people lurking in the shadows.
Hey, griffins can be pretty distracting.
That true.
So, Bowrick, you send your Griffin out?
Yep, I'll send them to distract the guards.
Okay. How high do you send them?
I think initially I want him to fly, like, almost do like a flyby essentially, so get their like attention and fly up in a way.
Okay. So you send your Griffin up into the air. You don't know exactly where these individuals are, but you know they're somewhere within these sneaking alleyways. The Griffin immediately jumps up onto the roof and soars into the air. You immediately hear, "There, Griffin!" You hear a female voice, "I got him." And then all of a sudden, in just a rapid fire, moment, you all immediately just hear, boom, 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 as some almost like smaller explosion sound just ripples through the air. You see, what's the AC of the Griffin?
It's a 12.
12? Oh. All 4 of those hit. How much health does the Griffin have?
59.
59, okay. It's gonna be...
I'm assuming you can just summon your griffin back, right? Or is this thing gone forever?
It's not gone far. I have to resummon a spell, but I don't have another spell slot for him, so he'll be dead until I can resummon him probably the next day.
Okay, well that's not too bad. At least it's not like gone forever. Because that'd be very sad. Could you imagine?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that'd
enough.
be very sad.
You watch as the griffin takes flight, soars into the air for not too long, and with the shots as they ring out, it is clear that these individuals are immensely close. They are probably just around the corner from you all, and you see these four little almost beams of like reddish light just slam into the griffin, and it just disappears. It dissipates as there is enough damage to kill it in a single volley of shots. You hear some like laughter from around the corner as these individuals seem to have taken some enjoyment from that. You hear the female voice. Easy target practice. There might be more. Let's go check around the corner.
Oh no.
So in this moment, you immediately know that these individuals are close. Is there anything you do?
God.
We are so bad at avoiding conflict.
We really are. These people seem to be the shoot first, ask questions later types. So, yikes, you know?
Yeah, I was hoping they were gonna run after it, but apparently not.
Yeah, you know.
It seems these people have many ranged capabilities.
Okay.
Do we want to avoid fighting as much as possible?
I'd say probably, but if it comes down to it.
Yeah, if they force our hand, they force our hand.
Yeah. So you all know that these individuals are fairly close. Is there anything in these few moments that you are currently quietly trying to stealth? Are you doing anything?
I will invoke my Ease rune to increase my strength for 10 minutes.
Okay. You will note specifically probably people behind or just in front, so Seer and anyone behind Alin. You note like a small flash of purplish light as he casts mage armor on himself.
Okay, I am going to cast invisibility on myself using my Knife Mandolin.
Okay, you take your Knife Mandolin and string a little tune to turn yourself invisible. You don't hear anything from the guards. You don't think they've noticed you yet, but they are actively searching the region.
Yeah.
Okay. Gamesh is going to use his stone's durability. Just up his AC.
you know.
With that, preparations, are slightly done. I'll take you to a map.
Probably shouldn't have gone invisible. I regret it already.
You would also be able to see down this alleyway. Just enough. So, you've been making your way through the side alleyways of this partially ruined city as you begin to hear the slow footfalls beginning to move towards the corner. I'm going to allow you guys to move your tokens in any which way you want for this encounter, as you have been, you are stealth, and seemingly are hidden from these individuals. So if you want to move your tokens, now is the time. You do see an open area in front of you where it seems like the sound is coming from.
Where'd you say they were coming from?
Seemingly from near this corner.
Okay, I'll just move to here.
Okay.
And can I ready an action to like if they're in range, attack, or if they're not, pull out my longbow?
Okay. Gamesh is going to move over there. Alan is going to kind of duck himself into this alleyway a little bit, just in case they come down.
That's smart, Alan.
Okay. As you all ready yourselves in the next few moments, you begin to hear the footfalls get heavier and heavier. But the first sight of an individual is not, however, on the ground. Faradir, as you're looking towards the corner, you begin to spot something just a few feet upwards as the building directly in front of the alleyway shows some individual armed with what seems to be a solid longbow in their hands, kind of steps around on the roof of itself. Actually, you'd probably be over there. It kind of looks over down the alleyway and easily spots you without much cover. Commander, intruders! And you see he pulls a single arrow, knocks in his bow. As you see a few different individuals begin making their way into the light. You see one. All of them are dressed fairly differently. You see most of them seem to have some element of what seems to be heavy armor. This one seems to have a slightly lighter armor, and it seems to not be as knightly as these two definitely are. You see one bearded human, slightly dark tan skin. They've seen a lot of sunlight in their life. Kind of steps forward from around the corner and spots you, Faradir, as they begin to almost spread around the opening in the alleyway. Hello there. Well, there's many of you, I see. Drop your weapons. Come on out. And this won't have to get bloody. See, he kind of looks off to his what would be his left side. Kind of looks at someone still around the corner. Do it now. I'm not going to give you another chance. You'll find I can be a nice guy. Until my patience is tested. So, Faradir, do you still fire? Do you pull out your bow?
No.
Okay.
Are we doing what they say? Are we surrendering?
Right now, Faraday is the front person.
I'm not throwing my weapons down, but I'm not attacking.
Because if we decide not to attack, I should come in on invisible.
See the individual, this like, captain-looking individual kind of cocks his head at you, Faraday. You know, it's kind of awkward when you just stand there. Either throw your weapon down, or you attack first. There's only two ways this is going to go, miss.
And how do we know you will not just kill us when we are unarmed?
You don't. It's a risk you have to take.
I'll look back at the group.
Give me a minute. Fuck.
Can I make an insight check on them?
Make an insight check.
Okay, I get advantage on these. Hell yeah.
The captain is being brutally honest with you. You get the sense that, like, he's like, yeah, you don't know that. He doesn't seem like he will kill you outright, but you would not guess that what would happen to you would be good. You'd be probably taken to the camp, and from there you'd be a prisoner. The option is not a good one.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. You begin to pull out your bow. Immediately, the archer had a ready action. If you did anything, they were going to shoot you. So as you begin to pull out your bow and we go into initiative, the archer is going to get a shot off at you as they were readied. So yeah, I'm gonna have everyone here roll initiative as we
That's a solid initiative.
get to combat.
You could say that.
Just so you know, I just rolled a natural 1 for the archer's attack. This is pretty much
Nice.
This is the third natural 1 I've rolled tonight.
Hey, fair dear. Funny seeing you here. Do you want to be big?
Yeah. But I would have to, if we wanted me to be large, you or I could do that. If we want me to be huge, I would have to giant might and then you would have to enlarge.
Yeah.
Giant might will only bring me up to large.
Yeah, I have enlarge. I was just asking for future. I'm gonna try to get as much as I can while I'm invisible, but
Yeah.
if at any point it seems like just making you hit harder will be better for
Do I
us.
need to stomp on people?
Give you some extra reach since they're above us? I don't know. I just want to know what the options are.
Okay. So for both of them. So this one is that. Gee, oh my god. My rolls are very consistent today for some reason. I don't know why. Descending order. Okay. Beginning of the combat turn as you see the arrow fly towards Faradir. Faradir immediately, just the mere act of pulling out her bow is enough to dodge out of the way of the arrow as it comes soaring past her. With that, Mebehi responds in turn with her own short bow attack against the archer in the distance. No sneak attack damage, but it is a hit. A very nice hit, in fact. After her turn, you watch as coming around the corner, you see a female individual wearing what seems to be, tight, not tight actually, very loose-fitting like robes. It looks like this person probably has spent a lot of time in the deserts of the north, and you see along their belt is a large metal cylindrical object that looks familiar to Faradir. She's seen something like this before on the belt of Alana Zahin, the Terra member and elder. And you see this individual immediately pulls it out and just aims it towards Faradir and is going to shoot twice. That is a 14 to hit Faradir, and that is going to be 20 to hit Faradir.
Yeah, that 20 will hit.
Okay. You're going to take 14 points of piercing damage. And 19 points of poison damage as two shots ring out. You hear the explosion. Bang, bang! Echoing across the entire section of the city. And you see this individual just smiles as you just feel this painful burning sensation in your shoulder as the bullet slams in. Senti. Okay. I mean, do you try to speak to Chad? You try? Okay. Yeah, he doesn't speak. He does not speak bird. If you want, since you're in bird form, here I can get you a giant eagle token if I needed to. But you can, if you wanted to, fly towards the like any of them in your giant form. I mean, better than not doing any damage. I feel like you'd probably want to use your bird form at least a little bit. What's the size of the giant eagle? Is it just large? Large, yeah, okay. So, yeah, you should be able to control that now. Ooh, Goodness. Yeah, I'll move you and Chad out of the way. Chad is not, a combat character, so I'm going to say, for the sake of brevity, that currently he's inside Senti's giant eagle form. So he's safe and sound, not at risk at all.
Just how we like him.
Yes.
We need to get a little suit of armor for him.
Yeah, so if you want to move your token, you can. Can you use your spores? That is an interesting question. If they start their turn, then I think you can. Yeah. Yeah. Even in your current form, I think you're still surrounded by spores. Yes, they have to make that on the start of their turn, which is next turn. Yeah. How much feet of movement did you have to fly to get there? All 60 of your feet? So you can still attack in your bird form, too. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, you still have your attacks. Hits. Just hits. Okay, a little bit of damage. And then roll once more for the other attack. Ooh, better. Nice. Oh. Interesting. That is all. Okay. Let me just... cast talons to 12. Yeah, this individual's taking some damage at this point. So on their turn, top of it, they, I think they might pass. Yes, they rolled an 18 for their con save against the spores. Just gonna put your token there. 1 over. Whew. Yeah, they got lucky. It is. High wisdom. For you. Immediately you see their bow in hand. They take the brunt of your talon strike and your beak attack. And as they do so, they just take a single arrow from their pack. And as you're attacking them, they do like a single strike and just release the arrow. They do not have disadvantage, surprisingly. This seems to be some sort of expert marksman. That is going to be a 21 to hit you. Okay, that's going to be a 14 points of damage for the first strike. They release another one. So that's a natural 20. That's 11. So 15 additional points. Some strong attacks from them. As you get up close to them, this person is not to be messed with, and their strikes are with precision. And even though you're so close, and typically you would have disadvantage, the arrows find true marks within the bestial form of yourself, and they sink deep. Oh, you lost the bird form? What's its hit points? Only 26? Oh, wow. Yeah. So you probably actually would have put yourself there, I would assume. So at this point, you transform back into Senti, and find yourself right there. On the edge of the roof, you kind of slide for a little bit, catch yourself on the very edge of the shingling of this home, and you see this human archer with the seemingly most of their face has been covered by different cloth fabrics around their body. You see just from the edges and your intuition, there's a smile underneath all of their clothing, just on the very edges of the eyes, and you see they go for another arrow as it's Belric's turn. Belric.
Yep, I'll move up to here. Then I'll take out my Night Song, play like a power chord, and cast Thunder Wave from it.
Okay. So a 15-foot square, I believe?
I think it's a 15-foot cube. So I think I can hit the
Yeah.
3 people in front of me.
A cube is a square, I think.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it also goes up and down.
It does technically. So it technically is a cube. On the map, it'll look like a square, though.
Oh, gotcha.
We're both right. Yeah, so you can kind of decide how you want to put it. So choose who you want to target. And just draw it on the map there. Okay.
Yep, probably like that.
Start with purple. Purple. Goddamn purple. Which one are you again? Yeah, purple is gonna make it. That's a 21. Red only gets a 15, so they fail. And then orange is probably gonna fail. Yeah, orange fails. So 2 failures, 1 success. It's only 13, okay. And they're pushed back, I believe, right?
Yeah, 10 feet for those who failed.
Feet. Nice. Oh. That was a mistake. 10 feet. That one slams into the wall. This one also slams into the wall. He stays. So you all hear this loud, echoing, thunderous sound as the many of these combatants are just slammed against the building wall. Sent to you, just feel the whole building. This is a partially collapsed structure, and it shakes somewhat violently as you all strike into it, or as they strike into it. Anything else for you, Belric?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Purple gets to go. So let's see here. You see this individual currently standing before you kind of smirks underneath the hood, and they kind of pull it back. And you see in their hand, they just almost like seem to move it, and you see a full javelin just seems to almost appear within their hand from the very air itself. Like a purplish film just seems to engulf it into their fingers. With that smile, they're going to step up to you with the javelin in hand, and on an angle, they are going to strike into you. Actually, he'll move there. He won't go on an angle. So he's going to strike twice with the javelin. It's only a 14 to hit for the first one, and even less. That's an 11 to hit for the second one. You see, he strikes twice with the javelin, attempting to hit you, but your armor is too good. After that, Ganesh is probably going to move. Bumps into something invisible. And he is probably going to... He's going to strike purple. He's going to send in a ranged Terran Fist, if he can. He might be a little far. Oh, he is a little far. Yeah. 18. Just hits him. It's 12 damage to purple. We're taking some hits. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it for there. I don't want to do too much on a player's sheet. Okay. Seer, you hear what sounds like movement, and you turn your head to the right, and behind Alan, in the alleyway behind him, you see what looks to be a well-armed individual. Currently, like, extends themselves into the alleyway and just looks at the back of Alan as he's standing there. And you just hear, "Ho ho ho! You're done."
Okay. Oh, okay.
So he was there, so... He gets there with his movement. He doesn't have any ranged attacks, which is unfortunate.
For him.
Yeah, he's going to use his, actually. He's going to use the dash action to get up next to Alan. He's going to use Action Surge to pour all of his attacks in. So you watch as he, like, does a burst of speed, dives towards him, and with a longsword in his hands, strikes up towards Alan. That's a natural 1. That's a natural 19. His third attack is... What's his to hit bonus? That's probably... Yeah, that's going to hit him. That's a 16. just one above his AC.
Ooh.
He's going to use a trip attack against Alan. He's going to send him to the ground.
Okay.
Alan, you, my man.
How much HP does Olin have?
In all honesty, he has 99.
Okay.
He is, he's not a pushover, but this person is not a good opponent to face.
Well, I can help him with that. I can help Olin.
Yeah. He rolled a 15, -1 to 14. Does not make a save. So you watch as the individual, as they come up, they take their sword, and as they miss the first time, they take it, sweep his legs, sending him to the ground, and then let's see. Yeah, so it still does the damage and it adds extra damage. Hell yeah. Oh, he's so strong. Like, this is I feel bad for Alan. So that's 5, and then he gets the attack for the first one. That is...
Is Olin on initiative?
No.
Okay.
He is not. I should have added him. I have a lot to track this session.
Yeah, that's fair.
So what? That was 5 and 8 that I rolled. Let me just roll Alan's initiative real quick. That's a 4. +2, so 6.
That doesn't change much.
Not at all. He's still, he's the last person in the initiative still.
Oh yeah.
Hell,
love that for him.
yeah. Okay, so that's the first set of damage, and then he gets one more damage die because he was struck. That's another 7. So that's 32 points of damage to Alan. As you watch this individual just takes hefty swings against Alan. As they were easily able to sneak up behind him, you watch as he tumbles to the ground and is currently laying there prone. And you see the longsword swings in both hands as the individual is readying themselves for another attack round against Alan.
Okay. He's gonna have trouble with that.
Hopefully.
As soon as I get to him.
Hopefully.
I'd be surprised if he didn't.
Okay, you see the captain is going to run forward, get up there next to Belric. He's going to attack once, which doesn't hit, I don't think. Nope, that's only a 10 to hit Belric. He's then... you see, as he strikes against Belric's shield and armor, not being able to make a dent, Elena, shoot him! And you see Elena immediately takes out her pistol and is going to shoot Belric. As he commands her to do so. That is going to be a 19 to hit Belric.
That misses.
The shot clinks off of the plate mail. Belric just being an absolute tank in this fight. Yeah, it just says an attack. It doesn't add anything else to it. It's just, yeah, they're all trying to belt into Belric. Seer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use my 4th level spell slot to cast Summon Fay Spirit.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm gonna summon him here. Behind this guy.
Wonderful.
And it's gonna be, specifically, the deceitful Fay Spirit.
Ooh.
Because that's my favorite.
It truly is.
It's so useful to send enemies into darkness, okay? Anyways, I'm gonna like have him start a little bit further away so then he can teleport next to this guy and push him into darkness.
Okay, what's the limit you can teleport them, right? Is it
So they can teleport up to 30 feet, but I can summon them up to 90 feet.
90 feet? Okay, yeah, easy enough. You can even put them at like the end of the alleyway.
Yeah, so he's gonna come here, teleport here, push this guy into blackened darkness.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna make 2 attacks with the short sword.
Yeah, he is. This individual is blinded.
And hopefully, Olin takes this opportunity to run away. 7 to hit. That is a 23.
23 hits.
So he takes 10 piercing damage.
Okay, blue. Taking your first damage.
And 2 force damage.
12 damage, okay.
And the next hit is 19.
19 hits. This character, this individual is two-handing a longsword right
8.
now. 8, okay.
Piercing. 3 force. So
Okay, 11.
23 total.
Yeah, decent chunk of damage. From the Fay Spirit, okay. Anything else from
So
you?
useful.
Truly.
Let's see, how far away is Senti? Senti 65 feet. So I'm gonna move. My mouse is messing me up. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna move right here. And I'm gonna I'm gonna give Senti Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. Currently at the top of the roof.
I feel like she needs it. And my invisibility is still up.
Okay. Very nice. Faradir.
Okay, I will go forward and attack red.
Okay. Hits. Misses. You strike against their shield. Misses.
Bruh.
Hits.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay. I've taken a beating.
Eventually they'll feel less smug, but probably not yet.
Okay. you see the green individual takes off their hood. Of all these individuals, this is the only one that is not human. You see this person, it seems to be a full elf. You see the long curled ears, and you see they kind of just smile as they take a single blade out. Let's see. You see off their side, they seem to pull out, seems to be some type of paste, and they kind of seem to move their fingers. You see magic seems to curl at their fingertips, and they seem to shoot something towards Orange in the back. And you see as it hits her, you see every single movement she makes is heightened. She seemed to be hasted in some way. And then he is going to just step there around the well and kind of goes into like a defensive stance. But seemingly this is some sort of caster, but the sword also seems to portray otherwise. Alan, currently on the ground, is not happy. He's not happy at all.
Well, I wouldn't be either.
Interesting. He's going to use half his movement to stand up. Looks back to you, Seer. He says, "I'm sorry about this." And you see he puts his hands together and shoots out a very similar effect to Belric as he casts Thunder Wave directly in front of him. He's going to also change the saving throw. Doesn't think this person's intelligent. At least not as intelligent as he is, has a high constitution. So he's changing it to an intelligence saving throw. So an intelligence saving throw from your Fey creature. Because it's directly in front of him. It's going to target the Fey creature.
It is also very stupid.
It is?
Well, I don't think so. It's not like very stupid, but I don't think it's like. But I also don't care.
Yeah, he's just trying to get this guy away from him so he can run away safely, but also do damage.
I understand.
He's also changing the damage die. Why not? To necrotic damage. He likes necrotic damage. So the guy is going to make his save. 10 plus 0. He fails. Oh. I mean, the +2 is actually not bad.
But the nat 1 is...
The nat 1 is really bad. But the +2, he could have made it. He had more chance than the other guy.
Yeah.
It was a good choice. In any case.
Either way, he's fine because Seer doesn't care. It's not Poppet, therefore it's not an important conjured creature.
Oh, yeah. So he casts it at 2nd level. Yeah. So 3d8. Let's do that. 2, 6, and 7. So what? That's 15. 15 points of necrotic damage, and both of them are pushed, many feet backwards. So it slams into Nick's token. As you see,
Nick is here, guys.
This person is shoved out of the darkness, and Alan is currently standing. Goes, Nope. And is going to 5, 10, 15. He moves next to Mbeki. He gets out of the alleyway and he's noping out of that situation as best as he can, which is not very good. Mbeki is then going to turn around the corner, just see the thing of darkness, and kind of knows that something's there. Steps into the darkness and steps out of it. And is going to rapier attack. Flanking with advantage. Not bad. Against blue. Okay, and did that go? You see the person in orange. You see they do a spin of the barrel of this strange metallic device in their hands. And as they do so, they're going to choose their targets very well. Let's see. Yeah. 2 strikes against Faradir, 1 against Belric. As currently just sitting in the, next to the back wall. Here, I'll reveal more areas of this battle map since more people are out in these regions. And can see a little bit better and more. Currently standing on the edge of the field. Kind of just looks across at the two of them. Just going to strike. Faradir, that is 12 to hit.
That'll miss.
Another 12 to hit.
Miss.
And then against Belric, 11 to hit. You see 3 strikes. Bing, bing, bing. All against armor. No actual damage. You see she just curses at herself. And then it goes and kind of goes into this alleyway. Senti. Currently in Senti form. Oh. Okay. Yeah, so on their turn, they're going to roll for the Halo of Spores. But you turn into a giant ape using Polymorph. That's your action to do so? Yeah, okay. Immediately you just see the person goes, "What the fuck?" As the giant ape, grows in front of them. They don't look very happy to see this this change in the battlefield. It's a huge creature? Oh. Even worse. They do not like this. Yeah.
Druids.
Druids, man. Gotta love them. Okay. On their turn, they roll for Halo of Spores. Oh, that's a failure. That's a 14. So how much damage do they take from the Halo of Spores? got it. Okay, okay. A little bit goes a long way. Belric. Your foe's in front of you.
I'm actually going to run behind around red and attack him twice.
Okay.
And I get advantage right for flanking, right?
You do. $25 hits. Whew. 27 hits. Jesus. 2 good heavy strikes. Breaking through plate mail and shield. You see this captain individual takes a beating from this. Pretty good.
And that'll be it for my turn.
I see that. I does not like you. This guy. Let's see. He has to choose one target. He's going to climb over these and climb behind Faradir. And he's going to javelin Faradir twice. He's not been no one's been able to break into Belric's armor really, so he's switching targets. Natural 1. That's an 11.
That does not hit.
Yeah, so he strike. Actually, that's with advantage. So the first strike misses because it was an 11. Second strike. Okay, that one is probably going to hit since he has that advantage since he's flanking you. Yeah, that's 26 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah, he at least gets a hit in. That is going to be 10 points of piercing damage as he just takes this javelin that is in his hands and just sticks it right through pieces of your armor. Okay, that's the end of his go.
How much damage?
10.
10. Okay, it's not too bad.
Not bad at all, honestly. Not bad at all. It's a whole mess up there. Let's see. All of these individuals seem fairly strong. Man, if only... Can't even do that. You know what? I'm going to turn Ganesh into a melee character right now. He's going to go there. Bonus action, he's going to cast Watcher's Smite against this individual, and he is going to try and attack with Lumberdoom. Let's see if he can do that. A nice little attack. Actually, he would have gotten advantage. He would have been smart. I believe 20 hits. 20 does hit. So that is 4 damage from Lumberdoom. And then his smite. 48. It's 1, 5, 9. Okay. So 13 and 4 against purple. Not too shabby, actually. Blue on Blue's turn. Blue does not like this situation. He's going to do one of his attacks against Mabehi. That one misses. Actually, that's yeah, that probably misses. Mabehi's AC 16. Okay. Second attack, that's going to hit. He's going to use one of his maneuvers. And he's going to do a disarming attack. She needs to make a strength saving throw. Okay, then. Mabehi drops her weapon. Lands at her feet. He is going to then move, kind of shove her aside. He's going to use a shove attack to push his way through her. That's going to work. Maybe he needs to make another. It's not with advantage. That's an 11. He shoves her aside, pushes past her, and she is disarmed, has no weapon out, and she cannot attack him. So he pushes his way out of the alleyway with some difficulty. So that would have been 10. Can't see in there. So 20, 25, 30. He gets there. That's his movement. That's all he can do, is get out of the alley. Red is going to go. He has Faradir nice and bunched up. He's going to strike Faradir once with his sword. With advantage. So that is probably going to hit with a 25.
Yeah.
Okay, his shield is out, so it's only D8. That's going to be 9 points of slashing damage to you, Faradir. He then is going to call out back to Elena. Who does he want to hit? Shoot the big one! And you see she takes out her pistol, is going to fire a single shot at Faradir. Because she failed each time before that. I don't think it's going to hit 15.
That does not hit.
What's your AC again? 16? Or is it upped?
It's 18.
18 now? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't hit with that gun. It's disappointing. Seer. Is Seer here right now, or is she away? Oh, BRB? Okay. So we'll just skip to Faradir for now. Faradir, it's your turn.
Okay. I will do attack. On red.
Okay. You have advantage. 21 hits. Okay. Misses. Whew.
I think that was all 4, so that is my turn.
Yeah. Red is bloodied at this point. That's devastating. With that, it's Green's go. Let's see. What a weird situation this is. Already using their main ability and using their concentration. This is a dangerous situation and cannot be allowed to progress. This individual is going to go up to Faradir, and you see it pulls out the blade and is going to make 2 strikes against you, Faradir.
Okay.
Misses. That one's going to hit. That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah.
That is going to be... Ooh, okay. 15 points of slashing damage. As the first strike finds its way close to you, but not enough, you dodge out of the way, and with that, you see this individual is dexterous, and you see the blade just swings around and with expert skill strikes into you, and is able to do some damage a little bit. A little bit.
How many points?
15. From a single strike. And that's their go. Back to Olin. I think they're gonna do sending. 100% definitely gonna do that. It's a good spell to have. Alan's going to take a step back. Kind of observe the field where he can. So, Seer, after Alan is done with his turn, it's going to be you. Because we kind of missed your turn.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't expect to be gone so long.
You're good. You can see that, right? Not quite. Yeah, I don't know if he wants to do that. He would... There, he would catch Belric in it. So I think he's going to move up there. Next to Seer. See from there? Sure he can. Okay. You see Alan gets up next to you. You see, slightly wounded from the swords of the one individual. He kind of looks at you. You see he opens up his spell book, casts a spell you've seen before.
He can see me?
He actually technically he cannot.
I got real scared real quick.
Well, here's the thing: is you did cast a spell, correct?
Yes.
So I think invisibility is gone.
Okay. Cool.
Invisibility disappears once you cast a spell or do an attack action.
That is perfectly fine. I just want to.
I think greater invisibility is the one that doesn't.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Yeah. So he can see you. So he kind of walks up next to you, pulls out his spellbook, flings a little reddish orb, and you see his in the midst of casting the magic, he's going to change it. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it force damage, and he's going to make the saving throw wisdom. As he sends it careening towards the back wall, it should, from where he's landing it, avoid. Yeah, so it's only going to hit orange and pink as it slams against the back wall. They both have to make wisdom saves. For. Ooh, okay, that's actually a decent bonus to wisdom. But it's only a 13, which is spell save DC. Just fails. And the other one, that one's probably going to succeed, unless they have a negative bonus to wisdom, but they only have a +1. So, orange succeeds, pink does not. And then they're going to take a shitload of damage. So let's roll those nice d6s. So that's 5, 10, 16, 17. 17, 20, 24. Both of them take 24 points of damage. Pink is bloodied, and orange currently is still not bloodied, but is pretty hurt. She's getting there. Damage is adding up. Yeah, and currently he's just standing next to Seer. Seer, it is your turn.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, let us see. Who shall I attack? Who looks hurt the most?
Right now, Pink, by far, is hurt the most. Pink is bloodied. So is Red, actually. Red is pretty hurt as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Faradir fucked up Red. Blue is out of the alleyway. They were able to make it. They did a maneuver to knock Mebeki to the floor.
Also, this darkness square is gone.
Good to know.
It only lasts
until the top of your turn.
Until the end of the phase next turn. Technically, it wouldn't be gone, but it's gonna get replaced anyways.
Okay, yeah.
I thought it was till the top of my turn. That's why I said it was gone.
It's all good. That's why I asked.
God, what am I gonna do? I'm probably just gonna cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
You know what? Let's cast Magic Missile at Red.
At Red?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll say 5th level.
Okay. You begin to cast the spell, and as the purplish arcane bolts begin converging on Red, you see Green, who is right next to him, just looks up, snaps his fingers, and you hear a shattering effect as he counterspells.
Can I counterspell a counterspell? No, I can't. I use my reaction on my turn. Okay. So is that just my action wasted?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. We'll see about you in a minute. 2 can play that game.
That's another spell slot gone from Red.
Guy's gonna teleport, put him into darkness again. Cannot escape. He cannot escape.
He will escape.
Only to be put back in it.
He's going to come after you.
I do? Like,
Nah, he doesn't know to come after you yet. He's just annoyed by this thing.
it's a 16.
16 against him? Actually, that does not hit.
Nice. 20.
Hits. I think you are at advantage because he is blind.
But I'm also at disadvantage because I can't see him.
You're right, okay.
I remember this from the first time I pulled this thing out.
Yeah, it's just more annoying than anything, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. He has disadvantage against me. The creature.
137.
So that's 14 damage, 2 of it force.
Okay. Not bad, not bad. He takes the damage currently in the darkness and curses loudly.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. End of your go? Or do you want to move?
Kind of in between a rock and a hard place here. If I go up, I get closer to green. If I go down, I get closer to blue. So, I think I'm just gonna give Faradir a little bit of bardic inspiration.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
How do you inspire Faradir?
What would Faradir find inspiring?
Positive reinforcement. Or negative reinforcement, really. Either one.
Any reinforcement.
This is what I'm gonna say to Faradir. I'm gonna yell at Faradir. Make Ystrad proud.
Yeah, that works.
Um,
Always use the gaze as leverage.
yeah. Faradir is overcome by the power of gay love.
Nice. Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay. Inspired, Mabehi, currently in the alleyway, is going to stand up after being shoved aside. And she's not even prone. What am I saying? She was just shoved. Picks up her weapon from the ground because it was dropped, and is going to shoot over the back of the Fay Spirit, and in a blind attempt to kill Blue. Technically that's a disadvantage, so that's 17, which is a miss. So the arrow goes careening through the darkness, finding no target. Orange is just gonna fire away at. Gonna split attacks actually. I think this time. Still 2 against Faradir, 1 against Balric. Faradir, that is going to be probably a hit. That's a 24 to hit. That one's not gonna hit. That one is only a 14. And then Balric. Oh. That would be a good roll, but it fell off out of the box. Still a good roll. That is going to be a 23 to hit Balric.
Yep, that finally hits.
Finally, I get to strike you. That is going to be 9 plus 4, so 13 points of piercing damage to Faradir.
Okay.
And then 13 points of poison damage as well. So 13 and 13. And then against Balric.
All on me?
All on you. Balric, you're going to take 9 points of piercing. Turn to 6, I believe, because of your ability, right?
Yep.
And then you're going to take 18 points of poison damage. As the gun fires 3 times. Bing, bang, bang! And, one goes wide, but one strikes into Faradir deeply, burning again. And one strikes into you, Belric, and you feel this poison effect course through your system.
How much poison was that again?
18.
Ooh, I have resistance to poison now. I forgot.
That is a good thing to note, because I think you got hit by poison earlier, correct?
No, I don't think so. I think this is the first time I got hit in this battle.
Really? Okay. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, she's just gonna stay in that alleyway. She finds it, you know, she's safe on a couple sides. It has some distance. Senti. Yeah. Kill Pink. That archer. Hits. Hits. Both attack hit. Giant Ape is going wild. Jesus. Anything else? Oh, yeah. There's the other half. So the Giant Ape, inspired by King Kong, a series of short novels probably heard in their childhood, just picks up Pink and just smashes this archer against the roof. Then, in the very end, rips them in half and throws each chunk to the side, easily killing off one of the members. The first kill. Any movement, Senti. That's what you get for being in animal form. Okay. What's the movement speed of the Giant Ape? Yeah, it's easy enough. Oh yeah, easy enough. The Giant Ape swings from the top of the building, lands in front of the alleyway. And Orange, single pistol out, just goes, "Oh, this is fucked." End of your go? Okay. Belric.
Yep, just 2 slashes against red.
Okay. "30 hits. "20 just hits. Whew. Jesus. Yeah, red's looking rough. They've taken a beating, to say the least. You see red kind of like smirking in between the blood. Seems I might have underestimated all of you. Still, can't back down now. End of your go. Purple is just going to advantage against Faradir twice. That's going to hit. Yeah, that's a 26 to hit. 2 14s in a row. So that's probably going to hit. 21. So 2 hits against Faradir.
Yeah, those will hit.
This person's not as seemingly strong as the other ones. That is... So the first attack is going to be 6 points of piercing damage. Second one is going to be 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Not too bad. This individual is a little bit not as strong, to say the least.
I'm looking not great, but I'm okay.
Okay. Gamesh is gonna probably do the same thing. Just try to take out this other person who's being a nuisance. There's just too many bodies. Can't really use a lot of their abilities without hurting everyone else. So again, you're gonna use a Watcher's Smite. I'm gonna attack with Lumber Doom with advantage. (17) actually misses, sadly. But spell's still up. Still has Watcher's Smite for the next turn. Blue is not having this. They are going to step out of the darkness just to get away from this thing, because they're not going to attack when they're blind. They're not going to take the disadvantage. They don't want that. So attack of opportunity. Seer. Seer?
Yes.
Attack of opportunity, please.
Okay.
Yeah, they went away from your. They moved out of the darkness. They're just gonna take the free hit.
Okay.
They'd rather take the free hit than lose their attacks to disadvantage.
Short sword. Eat.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. It's a good thing they walked out of that then.
Oh.
And they're gonna step up to you.
Hello.
They're gonna do one strike against Alan first. That is going to hit. They're gonna save their maneuvers, actually. So just a single hit against Alan to warm themselves up. And it's only going to be 9 points of slashing damage with their weapon. This...
It is a damn good thing I cannot lose concentration on my conjuration spells.
Yes. But this is only against Alan, so this is not even against you right
Still.
now. That is that. And then they're going to strike you. That is going to be only an 11 to hit. What's your AC right now?
It's a 10.
Okay. So they do hit. They're going to use a maneuver. I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
I'm great at those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a -1 to that.
They swing towards you and they knock you prone.
Okay.
That is going to be 16 points of slashing damage. And an additional 3 damage.
Take this. I can take this.
Then they're going to use their last strike on you on the ground. So this is at advantage. Probably would have hit anyways. It's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, barely.
And then that is going to be 14 points of slashing damage. As they just take this large, long sword and just jam it down into your prone body.
He hurt.
Okay. That's that. Now it's the captain's go. Captain is going to... Faradir's low. He's going to strike against Faradir. He can see she's, bloodied.
I'm also gonna make my sentinel attack against them.
That's a good thing. Very good thing. Very nice. 29 hits. Whew. Okay, yeah. This individual's looking real rough at this point. Very, very, very bad. But I'm guessing a 25 hits Faradir.
Yeah.
One-handed, that's going to be 8 points of slashing damage. He's then going to command
Okay.
the individual next to you to make an attack. Let's see that. Where's that sheet gone? That is going to be 22 to hit.
Yeah.
And that's 13 slashing damage.
Okay. All right.
He can't move. He's still stuck in his position. Seer.
Yes. Love my turn. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm gonna spend half my movement standing up.
Yes.
How does Blue look exactly?
Blue, he's hurt, but he's not bloodied. He's taken a couple hits, but not many.
I'm trying to decide how much I'm afraid of him. I have the best idea. I feel so smart, but it's probably really stupid. I want to come all the way over here without leaving his range.
Okay.
Are any of my friends in front of me in a direct line?
No.
I'm gonna cast Lightning Bolt.
Oh, okay. So, the thing about this is, the turn order, because you left, it kind of got a little wonky. So technically, if you had done your turn on when you were supposed to do it, the individual would have, the person who counterspelled you would have gotten their counterspell back.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, you moved to the bottom of the initiative and then did it. And then he counterspelled it. So I'm going to say he doesn't have counterspell at this point. So he can't counterspell, because I'm going to say he doesn't have it back at this point. So, yeah. You got lucky.
I think... How's Green looking?
Green has not been touched.
I hope you have a bad dex. I'm casting this at 6th level.
Okay.
Need a dex saving throw of 17.
Okay, dex save. So from green, it's going to be an 18.
Does pass, but he still takes half damage.
From blue, that is going to be a 12.
Does not pass. Blue takes the full 33. This guy takes half.
16.
Which is...
It's 16.
16.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what half of 33 is. It's
Yeah, 33.
two odd numbers.
Yeah, yeah, decent chunk of damage as the lightning bolt scores across the battlefield, doing the first damage to green thus far in the fight.
And then teleport.
Yep.
Square blackness.
Darkness.
Yeah. God. It's a 15.
15 misses.
My second hit. Also a miss.
Yeah, it is.
Oh well, he's blinded, and that's the important bit.
That is pretty important. Yes. He could have had your guy could have had advantage, but you know, blinding is pretty useful. Faradir.
Okay.
In the conga line of flanking.
Yes, we're having a good time. I'm gonna hit red.
Red. Okay. "32 hits. He's still up. 31 hits. With that, you take one swing down the back of Red as he's been turning his attention in all different manners of ways. And as he turns back towards you, you take your longsword and you just jam it right through the throat for the final time, ending his commands to his companions. And you pull the sword out, you see blood just spatters across the stone ground of this abandoned fallen city. And he falls.
Okay, and then I'll turn around and hit purple.
Okay. 27 hits. "24 hits.
And that's my turn.
Yeah, that's hell of a turn. Lots of damage. That's quite annoying. Passes his con saving throw, so his haste spell is still up, which is very useful. Let's see. What is he going to do? He wants to take up this threat. Does he want to step on his commander's body to do so? Nah, he's not going to do that. He has respect. Maybe he shouldn't have respect, though. That's going to be a 17 to hit. Misses. That is going to hit with a... what is that? 21 against Faradir.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be 13 points of slashing damage.
Okay, I'm going to use this.
Stone's Endurance, okay. Pulling out the stops.
Okay, cool. No damage.
Good.
That's good because I'm pretty fucked up.
Yeah. The conga line of advantage in flanking works both ways. It's kind of annoying.
If I hadn't used second wind before the battle, I would be down.
It's a good thing you used it. Let's see. There's too many people packed together in tight spaces. It's really not good for what Olin does. He's also next to a person, which sucks for him. Oh. Let's see. He is going to cast... he's going to look at Green, who is, fucking Faraday up. You! Come here! You see, he seems to cast some sort of spell onto him. He's going to cast Charm Person. He's going to use his ability. He's going to make the save, turning it from Wisdom to... I'm going to make an insight check for him. See if he... 14? 13. He might know a little bit. That's enough. He's going to change it from a Wisdom save to a Strength saving throw. Hopefully, the individual Green fails this. Otherwise, Faraday is going to continue to get fucked up. That is a failure. That is a 5 plus 0. You see, he speaks those words, and you see Green kind of looks at him. Sure, buddy. He Charm Persons Green. He's then gonna let me look up Charm Person to make sure you can do this. Technically had advantage. You are fighting it. Still beats a 15. I mean, lowers than 15, so 15 still works. It's a friendly acquaintance. Yeah, so he's friendly. He's passive. Turning into a strength save made it work. Spell's still active on haste, however. He hasn't ended that spell. Orange is going to shoot Faraday twice. Belric once. No disadvantage, surprisingly. Even though this large ape is next to her. So Faraday twice. That's going to hit Faraday. That's a 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll damage. Well, I just rolled that anyways. The second one's going to be a miss against Belric. That's going to be a miss. So one strike against Faraday. And it's going to hurt. That is going to be 11 points of piercing.
Okay.
And 10 points of poison.
Oh boy, I'm still up.
Good thing that second attack didn't hit. And then... I mean... Giant Ape's gonna fuck her up no matter what. She... attack of opportunity from the Giant Ape as she ducks into the building that she's next to. So the Giant Ape has a 11, misses. So the ape goes to strike into her as she ducks and dives into the building and disappears somewhere on the inside. Because she does not want to be out there with the Giant Ape there. Senti, it is your turn. You can, yeah. So 40 feet of movement, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Easy enough. You are able to flank green with Faradir. $19 misses. 17 misses. You go to strike this individual, who is currently charmed. If it is charmed by you until the spell ends, or until you or your companions do anything harmful to it. What are you going to add? If you wanted to, you can do it. You kind of already rolled the. Already rolled past the 19, so you can't use it on that, but you can use it on the 17 if you wanted to. If you want to use it, just like use it the first chance you get. 17 plus 4, 21. Just hits. That is their AC. Yeah, this is a dexterous individual. They meant not to get hit. $27 damage. Dang. They're not bloodied, but they're going to have one hell of a con saving throw. Which they do actually pass it. Okay, anything else from you? Got King Kong? That's all. Okay. Green is no longer charmed. The charmed ends with the attack. So he's now once again violent. Belric.
I'll move up next to purple and slash him twice.
Sounds good. 30 hits.
And I'll use a... Actually, never mind.
Technically, that would hit, but he's going to use his reaction and he casts shield. So that attack misses. Still takes the first one, which puts him at a precarious situation. And he is bloodied at this point.
And that's all from me.
Okay. Okay. On his go, seeing as it is now his turn, shield is activated. He's going to move away from Gamesh. He's going to take an attack of opportunity. With advantage, technically. It's going to be 13. I didn't roll it on a sheet. I rolled 13, and then it's plus, for Lumberdoom, 8. Which still misses. The AC is now 23. He's going to flank Faradir. He's going to do 2 strikes with advantage, trying to put an end to Faradir. Does not like Faradir. First attack is going to be... It's 14 plus 7, so 21 to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna... I feel like I'm fucked no matter what here. Or no, that... Okay, I'm gonna make it hit the ape. Or actually, no, purple. Sorry, I forgot there was still another enemy.
Purple's the one who's attacking
Or I'll make it hit green. Then.
Green? Got it. What did I say the hit was?
20 something.
It was 14 plus 7, so 21. Technically just hits. Yeah, definitely just hits. Does this person have shield? He's gonna shield. He doesn't take the damage. So now both of these individuals currently have shields up at the moment. He's gonna strike you again.
As long as it didn't hit me.
With advantage. That's kind of low. Relatively speaking. So that was with advantage. It's only 16 to hit.
That'll miss.
Faradir continues to stay up. Ganesh moves forward, going to strike with Lumberdoom. Can't really get past Balric in this point, so he's just going to strike a normal strike. That's going to be a hit. That's a 26 to hit. Which is very good. That was a natural 19. Which isn't even 26, it's because it's a plus 8. I just did math wrong. So, it's going to be 4 points of slashing damage. And then it's going to be, I believe, 46. 48. Roll for the Watcher's Smite. It's an 8, 2, 2, 3. Solid 19 points of damage to purple. Does that go? Blues go. How wonderful. Blue's just going to step out of the shadows. Doesn't like Seer at all. Gonna strike Seer. I don't think that hits. Actually, no. Seer is Seer. That is an 11 to hit. That was a 2 plus 9. Does that hit Seer?
If it's above a 10, absolutely.
The only way he could miss is with a natural 20. That's great.
Wait, what?
He has a plus 9 to hit.
I heard the only way he could miss is with a natural 20.
Natural 1. That's what I meant. Sorry.
I was like,
I'm a little tired at this point.
He has a specific feature that he misses on nat 20.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's cursed.
Maybe.
Yeah, his weapon is cursed, actually.
And that one is.
Graham didn't know that, but I knew it.
Definitely not cursed. This individual is slightly stronger than you would expect a normal human to be.
That could be
Rude.
a project. Curse.
So that's gonna be. I can't do math. 12 points of slashing damage, and he's going to do a trip attack. Make a strength save. Please and thank you.
Oh, well, since you asked so nicely. It's 14.
14? What's the DC of this? Yeah, you fail. DC was 17. So you fall prone. you also are going to take, since he does that, an additional 6 points of damage because it uses one of his maneuvers. And he's going to strike you again with advantage.
Why not?
Even though he doesn't need it, because that's, he can hit you no matter what.
Yeah.
So he hits again with a 14 plus 9. I literally cannot do math right now.
Doesn't matter. It still hits.
That's kind of low damage. That's going to be 8 points of slashing. Are you still up?
Yeah.
Striking.
I had 19 hit points left.
He's striking you again. With advantage. It was double 16s. I believe that's like a 25 to hit.
You know what? What if I say no?
Then you say no. That's only going to be 8 points of slashing damage.
11 hit points left. But I am still alive, and so is my creature.
Yes. Which is annoying for him. But he's not gonna move. He's just gonna stay there, and he puts you on the ground, and he's gonna put you in the ground as soon as he can.
Well, the bad thing about hitting a conjuration wizard so much is I'm just gonna teleport away.
He doesn't know that.
Yeah, he doesn't know that, but I do, and it makes me feel a little bit better about my survivability.
Well, it is your turn.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna spend half my movement getting up. Where do I want to go? Up isn't safe, but I have to leave where I'm at.
How are you teleporting?
Oh, Misty Step.
You don't have to get up to do that.
You're right.
I don't believe.
Well, actually, no. See, I'm afraid of green counterspelling me. So I'm not going to use Misty Step.
Okay.
This will use my action up anyways. So I'm going to use Benign Transposition.
Okay, yeah, that is not a spell.
No, it's not.
How does Benign Transposition work?
It's exactly like Misty Step, except I can only use it once per long rest, or until I cast a conjuration spell of first level or of higher. And I could swap places with someone else if they're willing to swap places with me. But I don't know anyone who's within 30 feet that I'd want to swap places with. Except maybe Mabehi.
Yeah, maybe.
Did Mabehi want to swap places with me?
I'd say yeah.
Alright, I'll
get that sweet sneak attack.
Pull a switcheroo.
The great switcheroo.
Yeah. Wait, actually, before I switch, can I do something?
Yes.
So since I'm using my main action, which isn't a spell, I'm going to use my bonus action. Cast Healing Word on Faradir.
Perfect.
At 5th level. So she'll get 5d4 plus 3.
That's
counter spell.
Bruh. That's just rude.
I really wish I could use my reaction on my thing. I guess I'm just gonna swap then.
Okay.
You can use your reaction, can't you?
But it takes up her Fay, which, if... I will say, basically, a knight is currently battling the wizards in melee combat. This is not good. So I'd say, yeah, it's pretty good to have that creature there.
Wait, how would Counterspell take up my Fay?
Well, you said you didn't want to use your reaction. I assume it's because of your Fay? Or something like to that extent?
I thought I couldn't use my reaction on my turn.
No, you can use your reaction whenever.
Oh, then I would love to counterspell that counterspell.
Oh, yeah.
Counterspelling someone counterspelling you is the best feeling.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Okay.
as you send out this healing word
Just
to heal
no
Faradir,
reverse.
you see Green, who is now an enemy again. With the large ape behind him, he does not want Faradir to have any semblance of safety. He wants her gone. He attempts to like snap his fingers. You hear the shattering effect move into the air, and immediately you send the same force back, and you hear this loud clattering of like almost shattered glass as the entire effect is just shattered from existence. And he looks towards you, swishes his blade in his hands for a moment, and does not look happy to be in the situation that he's in.
And so does my spell go through?
It does go through if you use your reaction to counterspell.
I do.
Yeah. You can use counterspell whenever.
Okay, cool. That's 17 hit points to you, Faradir.
Whew.
And now I swap, so now I just leave his line of sight.
Yeah.
Gotta love being a wizard.
Switch with Mebehi.
I'm
I'm a-
back in the double digits.
I'm a better caster than you, sir.
Yeah, all of a sudden you see Blue, who puts you on the ground, turns back towards Alan and the Fey creature, knowing that you're probably going to make it attack him. And in that moment, you see your opening. You send out the healing word. You do the counterspell of a counterspell, and as he turns back towards you, he just sees a little kobold again, who just takes out a single rapier and is ready to just poke him.
Alright, Fay Spirit teleports down here.
Yeah.
Blackness! God, he cannot escape.
No. This is basically like a full-blown knight who is just having the worst time trying to just, like, backdoor kill these wizards.
Yeah! It's not going as well for him as I think he expected it to.
Oh. Yeah, so attack against him with advantage.
An 18. Just roll with advantage, just in case. Nah, just the 18. Does that hit?
18 just hits. He has no shield, just plate armor.
I'm gonna try something new. $12 damage total.
That's not bad.
It being
2 little blue boy. Not gonna lie, he's bloodied.
21. Let me just double
Hits.
check here. Okay, no. I'm rolling with advantage just in case I get that. Nat 20, because it is a possibility.
It is, and it's that. Why do you think he's attacking you?
Because I have a creature fighting for me.
I mean, also, like,
Oh,
why do you think
I mean,
he was
target.
attacking you on the ground, like putting you on the ground if he can just hit you no matter what? He likes the advantage.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's 26. Wait, that should not be.
Yeah,
rolled wrong.
that's weird.
Sorry, I zoned out when I was typing. I wish this thing. I'm just gonna re-roll the damage because that was a total mess. I'm so sorry for that. Anyways, that's my turn. That's all I do.
Okay, and your turn, Faradir.
Alright. Who looks worse, purple or green?
Purple.
Alright, I'm gonna go for them. Oh man, I'm not flanking with them.
Whew.
I'm assuming a 27 hit.
At this point, yes. 20
I'm gonna
at this point.
add that bardic inspiration to that.
Okay.
So 22.
I think that misses. I'm pretty sure their shield stays up. So until the start of their next turn, correct?
Maybe?
Did they go yet? Let's... I'm trying to remember when they cracked their shield. Was it when Ganesh? When they moved away from Ganesh? Or was it Belric?
I don't know.
I think he used it as shield against me. I think.
Against you, so he would have lost it. So technically, he didn't have it for. Well, let me look up shield. I need to. Reaffirm myself with this spell. Until the start of your next turn. So technically, I think he would have had it gone by Gamesh's time. Interesting. Yeah, so actually I think they're going to shield for this attack, which brings their AC up to 23. So this one attack misses.
That's rude.
Yeah. I have to go back and look at Gamesh's
Okay,
attack.
third attack.
$23 just hits. They're looking
You're
real
still
hurt.
up?
Real hurt. Hits. Still up.
Oh my god.
They're
I'm gonna
looking-
action surge, cause, like, I might as well.
Yeah. Hits. That is enough. With the action surge, after landing hit after hit after hit against this, tough individual, you finally strike purple down.
Alright, and then my other two attacks gonna go against green, who I am flanking.
Mm-hmm. That
Baby.
hits.
Ooh, that is a real bad damage. Solid 1 on that D8, and then a 2 on a D6.
Okay.
Or 2 on a D8.
Let's see.
That's rough. Okay.
That's not bad actually. So yeah, that's easy enough to keep the spell. 28 hits. So 14. So it's DC 10. Keeps the spell up. But still takes
What
the
spell
damage.
does it have up?
He has haste up right now.
Gross.
Yeah, haste on the shooter. The gun person.
Alright. That's my turn.
Yeah, he's bloodied. He's hurt. On his turn, he's gonna... He knows he got healed. Probably take both actions to do so. Yeah, this is not looking good. You hear him yell out, "Alana, run now!" He's going to then Misty Step. To there. He's going to use his movement. To there. And he's going to dash. And he begins to leave the space. As he ducks in between one of the alleys up in this more northern... Oh, wrong thing. Northern section. He begins to just do a full retreat and flee. Actually, he doesn't. Alan would have counterspelled that. Which... You get your reaction back at the end... sorry, at the beginning of your next turn, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let me just... want to make sure. Until the start of your next turn. So Alan is going to counterspell. He is going to counterspell the counterspell Seer. You can't see this happening. So he does actually get away. It's a very complicated mess. As Alan tries his best to keep him there, but he does begin to run off. That's the end of that go. Alan is not happy with this guy right next to him. Seeing the one person just run away and flee. Yeah, he's gonna do something he did a little bit before, but to a little bit of a better extent. He's going to chuck a fireball off in this back corner. That's only going to affect the Fay Spirit and Blue. He is then going to make the save again, Intelligence. So it's going to be an Intelligence saving throw. It's going to be necrotic damage as well. So I need a saving throw from the Fay Spirit and from Blue, which, if Blue is any indication, that is not going to pass. So yeah, it doesn't pass. Okay, that's going to be 29 damage against Blue. Seer, are you there?
Yes.
Make an Intelligence saving throw for your Fay Spirit.
I love this. No problem.
Yeah.
It's a 16.
16 is a success. There we go. So he only takes 14 points of necrotic damage, as Allen throws a fireball at the very back corner, only targeting two individuals, Blue and the Fay Spirit, and catching Blue a serious amount of damage. That's the end of his go. He's not going to move. After that, Medehi is going to strike into blue. No way. Medehi misses. From there, yeah, she was told. Senti. All you see is one lone knight in the back who had been assaulting the wizards the entirety of the fight. You can try and, you saw Orange go into the house. You saw Green kind of teleported and ran off in this direction. Off in, like, somewhere in this... Get the thing. Off somewhere in that direction. Okay. So... you're able to get there. Get up all in Blue's face. Yeah. Make a strength, make an athletics check. So just add your strength mod to a roll. You try and shove him to the ground with an attack, but he is surprisingly stronger than you. In this moment, at least. "24 hits. Whew. Yeah, he's looking rough. Belric.
Do I know which direction like the tower is in?
The tower would be somewhere in this direction.
Okay. And I'm gonna move through Olin if that's okay with him.
Yeah, he'll back up against the gorilla. It's kind of awkward. He's not used to this, so he's just like, he backs into the gorilla and just seems like, what the hell is going on?
Yep, I'll move to here, then just attack twice.
Yeah. Hits.
And how injured does Blue look?
He's looking real rough.
I'll use a second level Divine Smite on this attack.
Hell yeah. Whew. Still up. So as you take the Night Song, you kind of almost like push through Alan's space as he backs up against the gorilla. You snake your way behind this individual, and you can see this individual carries himself with just a large two-handed longsword that seems almost like heavier than you would expect a normal longsword to be. And you see this individual seems stronger than a normal human. And you see, currently surrounded, kind of just looking around, almost like a cornered tiger, just looking for whoever is going to attack him next. You take your Night Song and do a deep swing as fast as you can. You see he goes to parry it with his sword, using an expert fighter ability. This individual seems very martially adept. And you see the blade is a moment away from catching your Night Song and deflecting the attack. But with your holy energy within your amulet, you feel the power of the vestige imbued in the Night Song. And in a moment, the axe is just able to cut underneath his sword, jam up into his stomach, and you watch as he is lifted in the air by about 3 or 4 inches as you just sink it deep into his chest. You hear a gasp of air from the individual.
You can't blame me for going after the wizards. I'm mighty weak sometimes.
And he slowly dies on your blade. With that, the 2 of the members having fled through the busy city streets, and you all dangerously wounded, the combat seems to come to a lull and an end. Alan immediately takes a look at all of you, seeing how injured everyone is. We have to get out of these streets now. We need to rest. At least for a short while. Come, let's go. And you all quickly begin making your way out of the city streets, ducking in between buildings, trying to avoid any other of these dangerous patrols, or them bringing extra guards your way, having known there are 2 survivors currently somewhere within these thick alleyways. Quickly traversing through the remainder of the city, you get closer and closer to the tall tower in the distance, hurrying as fast as you can away from any patrols, just in case. And eventually you come to a clearing, and you begin all rushing towards the tower as fast as you can through the open streets. You see, this space was probably once a grand garden for the city's inhabitants. Fueled by magic and wealth, this whole space must have been beautiful to look upon, to walk upon. But now, the plants have all but died due to the harsh, dry conditions of the mountains, and having no magic to feed them. You quickly find yourselves dashing closer and closer to the tower until you find a single massive door at the very base of it. See, Alan goes up, begins, patting down the doorway. Okay, I think we can get in. Once we're in, we'll take a rest, sort this out. And you see he puts his hand on the door. There's magic here. Opens up his book and begins going through old notes and scribblings. Let me find it. Ah. You see he puts his hand back on the door. And you see a single seam begins to split the doorway in 2, and it begins to open before you. You all quickly rush in. Alan goes back to the door once everyone is inside and quickly seals it behind all of you. Looking around, you find yourselves in the main chamber of this tower. An area where guests would come to seek an audience with the Grand Mage, Midas, in his floating city. But now it is all but empty. Devoid of life, you can find rest here. And that's where I'm going to end the session there tonight, as you have all made it within the tower, and having successfully beaten a dangerous patrol.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah. Rich people with guns. What can I say?
Ugh.
Man, I kind of wanted that gun.
I know.
Yeah.
You could have gotten it, but
If we killed her.
yeah. I think if the mages had been not ambushed like they were, it could have changed. Could have been better for you all. You could have seen more damage done to the frontline enemies, but it didn't. It did not help that they were distracted for a very long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dangerous. Very, very dangerous. But I'm satisfied with that.
We're so bad at sneaking around.
I'm not gonna lie. You
We
successfully.
literally have one person with good decks.
Well, I'm gonna say this: you successfully snuck around. Like they did not know you were there. I think the choice of you all sending in the distraction was not a good idea.
Fair.
Because it just alerted to them that something was in the area and that they should investigate thoroughly. Because
Well, the idea was that the griffin would lead them away. Didn't work out.
yeah, they
Yeah,
had.
we're too smart for that.
Not that they were too smart. They just had
Good damage.
yeah, they had good ranged enemies. At least the gunslinger was pretty good. The archer, if I can bring up the character sheet again, but it was essentially like just an expert archer. Both of them never got disadvantage when within melee with their bows and stuff. Also, that both of them ignored 3/4 cover, so you would not find any cover at all on the map, no matter what. They just had like perfect shots. That's how they were. Yeah, they were.
That really sucks for us, huh?
They were dangerous. I mean, Senti really fucked up the one.
Yeah.
If he had been allowed to just sit on that roof, it would have not been fun. That would have been
No.
that would have gotten a little bit worse.
But I can't imagine any of us allowing him to just sit on that roof.
Yeah. He was a world-class bowman. If he had
Yeah.
disadvantage on any attack roll with his longbow, he could just choose to ignore it.
Whoever he worked for and with is at a loss now that he's dead, but we're at an advantage.
Yes.
I got down to 3 hit points.
I'm at 11.
They were gunning for you because they can actually. I don't know what it is about a 20 AC that they can't seem to hit.
I know, I was shocked how many times I only got hit like once the whole fight. It was insane.
And yet,
'Cause-
like, every time they hit me, it was a fucking, like, 25.
No, they learned they could hit Faradir. They just can't hit you. You truly are a tank, but they're smart enough to know not to hit the person they can't hit.
So glad I was able to get that healing word off.
Lucky, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I honestly, it's hard to keep track of, counter spells sometimes. So, initially, he probably could have counterspelled a couple more things. But, yeah. He could have counterspelled the fireball, but I feel like he definitely wanted to protect Red, the commander. So that's why he didn't counterspell the fireball and counterspelled the other one. Because the fireball wasn't going to hit Red. He couldn't without damaging his, Belric, which Alan wasn't going to do that. He's going to damage the summon. He's not going to damage the actual player.
No one cares about the summon. The summon can just come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's not too bad of it hit me with a spell because I just take half damage regardless.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really know that.
He does not.
Maybe we should all have a sit down with Olin and say, hey, this is what we can do. This is what we can take.
He's learning. He's quickly finding himself, okay, this is what they can do, and this is, okay.
He hired the right people, at least.
He did. I mean, he's also no pushover. Like, he did not bad.
No, definitely not, but him alone.
Yeah. Alone against the individual 3 attacks. By the way, did any of you loot any of the bodies, I should say, before the mad rush to the tower?
Yeah, definitely should. So,
Yeah, I would probably have given it a little search.
Okay.
I'll definitely look through them.
I'll help Seer.
guidance and advantage?
Yeah, make an investigation check with advantage.
What does guidance do?
Plus 1d4. Something I always forgot to use as basic.
I don't think I need it.
32. Yeah. Looking through the bodies, these individuals, these were proficient mercenaries or whoever they were. Just on Red and Blue themselves, Red himself had 10 platinum pieces. Blue actually has 12. Pink only had about 6 gold on him. Purple also had about 7 gold. So these individuals, are decently wealthy. Additionally, the weapon that Blue carried is, a pretty decent longsword. And you get the sense that it is, it's not a normal longsword, just to say the least. You don't know its true effects,
Whoa?
but this is some sort of strange longsword.
I'm taking that. Not for me, but for identification later.
It might be better than my longsword.
I don't know.
Or it might be exactly the same.
Yeah, it's a +1 longsword with plus 1d6.
Yeah, but just put
It's actually a carbon copy.
I mean, it could prove fairly
They
useful.
kidnapped Yistrid and made her build them a sword just like mine.
Faraday would lose her shit.
I would have, but I'm assuming that's not the case because that would be incredibly
they could have
strange.
just hired Yistrid. I don't know why we have to assume they kidnapped her.
Because Yistrid's a good person.
And she doesn't necessarily know they're bad people. We don't know that they're bad people.
And
They're
also
just
nobody
not
goes
on
up to
our
the-
side.
Nobody really goes up and visits giants these days.
True, it's true. Except for you. And consequently
Yeah,
us.
and the giants are at war, so I don't think they'd be making weapons for literally anyone.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's totally fair.
The giant civil war.
They're kind of busy with their own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, go ask a fucking different blacksmith, my guy.
We'll
Half
kill
of-
you.
3/4 of our people are gone.
Oof.
We've got bigger issues than money right now.
Yeah. But yeah. Thank you all for playing tonight.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Are we gonna just say thank you in an endless loop now?
Definitely.